should we be waiting for Apple's crypto play?
I guess the sense of urgency is a little bit off for them now these days with prices being down. Nobody who does hold crypto right now wants to necessarily use it to buy things, given how it's devalued. But crypto payments down the road will definitely be interesting, and I'd expect Apple to be a player there. Still a really small market, about $16 billion last year made in crypto payments to merchants from consumers. So still not a huge market, but an opportunity down the road.
So let's talk about what Apple is doing, and that is Apple Pay Later, announcing this ability to pay later for anything you buy via Apple Pay in 4 installments. Take a listen to what they had to say about it.
Apple Pay Later lets you split the cost of an Apple Pay purchase into 4 equal payments spread over 6 weeks with 0 interest and no fees of any kind. And Apple Pay Later is available everywhere Apple Pay is accepted, in apps and online.
So, Julie, this is taking on companies like Affirm and Klarna and Block, which bought Afterpay. How big a market do you think this could be for Apple?
And the buy now, pay later market is quite large. So it's a great opportunity, lots of consumer demand for this new way to pay. The question is, how many more players, right, are going to get involved? And we think that answer is a lot. Right? We think that buy now, pay later essentially is going to be table stakes when it comes to making payments. Everyone and anyone is going to offer it online and now increasingly in store. So important move for Apple. They should be there. It's what consumers want. Merchants like it because it helps to improve cart conversion. They should be there. But pretty soon we're going to see buy now, pay later options on all of the credit cards and all of the debit cards from our banks and so on that we're used to carrying. So it's going to be a matter of which one do you want to choose? There'll be no kind of oligopoly here.
How much does it matter the partnerships that Apple is able to make? I think of an Affirm and the partnership they have with Spotify and Amazon. And you look at Amazon and you wonder, can 2 big tech companies get it together here to play nice in a field like this? Do they need to strike massive partnerships to succeed?
Partnerships with merchants are important, but they're especially important for those pure play emerging buy now, pay later companies like Affirm and Afterpay and Klarna, because they had to put themselves on the map, right? They had to earn the trust of consumers. And by being on a merchant's website, it helps to earn that trust. Apple, I think, already generally has that. They already have millions of merchants on their platform who are accepting Apple Pay. So it's not too high of a hurdle for those merchants to now continue to offer Apple Pay. And if you haven't, then now you will because you want that access to buy now, pay later. What we see from merchants is they're willing to put almost any payment option on their websites and increasingly at the point of sale to get a consumer to make that payment. Apple's in good shape.
Julie, there's been some skepticism about these buy now, pay later services. You've got regulators taking a look. Are there any negative consequences as an individual to just saying, hey, I'm going to pay in 4 installments, no late fees, no interest, but is there a downside for me?
So for the consumer, it is just a much easier way to pay because you can spread things out a little bit without spreading them out too much that you potentially lose track or fall into trouble getting overextended. Where the risk comes in is if you take on too many of these small loans, right? And you see that in the next 2 weeks or the next 4 weeks, all of a sudden you have a number of installments coming due, and that gets hard to manage. For the providers of buy now, pay later, right? They have the risk. I may know how much installment credit you have with me, but I may not know how much you have with 2 or 3 other providers of installment credit. And that's where the visibility can come into play and cause some problems. I think it's an area where Apple is pretty well situated, though, because they have experience with the Apple Card, right, already making credit decisions. And most importantly, they have this huge base of 1 billion users. They see their transactions. They see what they're doing on a regular basis through Apple Pay. They can get comfortable with their financial sort of give and take over the course of the month that way, and can make better decisions in granting installment credit to those users.